Microsoft Word is mainly used for editing documents, but sometimes you need to perform simple calculations in your document, whether in a table structure or within paragraph text. I am Nabil Murad. In this tutorial, I show you how to create simple calculations and even functions in a Microsoft Word document. However, if things become more advanced, then we will call the full power of Microsoft Excel within Microsoft Word. Let's have a look. This is my Word document. It's an invoice from the OfficeInstructor company. We are selling multiple products in this order, so I have book pivot tables from 0 to hero, 5, and the unit price is 15, book, data validation a backdoor to master Excel, the quantity is 8, and the unit price is 19, and we have 128 gigabyte memory drive, the quantity is 10, and the unit price is 25. For each one of these products, I would like to calculate a line total, and because I'm in a table structure, then I do have the built-in formulas functionality. To access this functionality, I click inside the table, and then I go to the Layout tab in the ribbon, and to the right side of the Layout tab, I see Formula. I would like to multiply the quantity by the unit price, then I need a product function. When I click on Formula, by default, I see a sum function. I'm going to sum the numbers to my left. In fact, there are 3 ways of referencing cells in a calculation in Microsoft Word: by direction, some left, some above, some right, and so on. The other option is to refer to the cells by cell reference, exactly like in Excel. So this is column A, B, C, D, and then this is row number 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I can call this cell having number 5, I can call it B2. I can call this one C2. That's one way of calling them. The third way of referencing cells is by using the R1C1 reference. We do have this option in Excel. R means row, C means column. So if I want to refer to the cell having 19, then this is row number 1, 2, 3, R3, and this is column number 3, then we call it R3, C3. Now let's try the 3 options when calculating the line total for each one of these products. For the first transaction, I have my blinking cursor in the destination cell. I click on Formula, and then I delete whatever I have in the formula, and then I type an equal sign. I don't want a sum function, I want a product function. I go down and select product, and between the brackets, I'll be typing left. That means I want the product of the numbers to my left. I can specify a number format by clicking in the second drop list, and then I hit OK, and here is the result. Let's use the second way of referencing cells. I have my blinking cursor in the destination cell. I click on Formula. I delete whatever I have in the formula box. I type an equal sign, and then from the drop list, I select the product function. And this time I'll be using the regular cell reference. Then I want column B, row number 3. I type B3, comma, C3. I want to select a number format. I select the number format, and then I hit OK, and I get the total. The third method of referencing is by counting the row number and counting the column number. And this is what I'm going to do in the next cell. I don't want a sum, I want a product. I delete, type an equal sign, select the function from the drop list. I could type it, of course. And this time, I would like to multiply the numbers in row number 4. Then I type R4, and this is the second column. I type C2, and then I type a comma. I also want to multiply by R4, and I want to use C3, and I close the bracket. I select the number format as I did before, and then when I hit OK, I get the result. 3 ways of referencing cells in Microsoft Word. After calculating the line total, I would like to add up the 3 numbers to calculate the subtotal. And that's easy because when I click on Formula, by default, it's the sum function, and it recognizes the direction. It says sum above. I'm going simply to specify the number format and hit OK. I want to create a calculation that multiplies the subtotal by the sales tax amount of 13%. And I'll be using a product function to do that. And I will reference the cell above, which is actually in row number 7. But what about the column number? Whenever you have merged cells, like the subtotal cell, all these columns are considered one column when they become merged. Then the 477 is in column 2. I want row 7, column 2. Let's create our calculation. I click on the formula command, and then I delete whatever I have in the formula box. I type an equal sign, and I select the product function. With my blinking cursor between the brackets, I reference the cell above, which is row number 7, column 2, as I explained, and I want to multiply it. Then I type a comma, and I multiply by 0.13. I want to specify the number format. Then I select the second number format, and I hit OK, and this is the sales tax. What about the shipping and handling? For the shipping, it's related to the order amount. We have a policy: if your order is above $500, then you don't pay for the shipping. If it's below $500, then you pay $25. Then I want to create a conditional if function. Let's do that. I'll put my blinking cursor in the cell where I want to create my if function, and then I click on the formulas tab, and here I delete what I have in the formula box. I type an equal sign, and from the list, I want to select an if function, equal if. The if function requires 3 arguments: a logical test, in which I'll be evaluating the subtotal in row number 7, column 2, and if it's above 500, then we charge 0. If it's below 500, we charge 25. Then I'm going to say if R7 C2 is less than 500, then in this case, what do you want? It's less, then we charge $25. Otherwise, we charge 0. That's my logical test: value if true, value if false. I select the number format, and then I hit OK. And here I'm getting $25. We'll be testing by changing the numbers. What about the total due? The total due means I want to add up these 3 numbers, and here is a nice functionality in Microsoft Word. If I use the default sum above, it will just add up these numbers, and it will stop at the blank. So if I click on formula, sum above, select the number format, and when I hit OK, I get the correct total. I'll be changing this number from 10. Let's say I'm going to make it like 12. And how do I refresh my calculation? Keep an eye on the subtotal, keep an eye on the shipping and handling. I have to select the entire total from the handle in the upper left corner, and then I hit the F9 key to refresh. Everything is refreshing, and if you look, the subtotal is above $500, and automatically the shipping and handling becomes 0. If I move to the next page of this document, we are also providing consulting service for dashboard creation. For consulting projects, we charge by hour. Our hourly rate is $155, and the total worked hour is 8. And in the context of the paragraph, I would like to create my calculation that multiplies the number of hours by the hourly rate. And to do that, I need to prepare. The first thing I do in preparation for creating this calculation is to create a bookmark for each one of the numbers. So I select the first number by double-clicking. I go to the Insert tab of the ribbon, and then I click on Bookmark. A bookmark name cannot have spaces. I'll be naming this one hourly rate. And I hit Add, and I'm going to select the second number, the worked hours. I want to create a bookmark. Then I click on Bookmark, and I'll be naming it worked hours. And then I hit Add. Now I'm ready to start creating my calculation. The total service charge to be paid by the client to the OfficeInstructor company in Canadian dollar is, I put my blinking cursor here, and I would like to insert a field. To insert a field, I hit the shortcut Control F9. An opening and the closing curly brackets have been added, and the blinking cursor is in between, and I start creating my product function, equal product. I open bracket. I want to multiply the 2 bookmarks that I created, hourly rate and worked hours. I type a comma and then worked hours. I close the bracket, and now to get the result, I hit F9. What if I change the input values? If I change the input value, that will return an error. And the reason for that, the bookmark will be deleted. So if I change this number and I say, well, the hourly rate changed, instead of 155, it becomes 215. Now I want to refresh my calculation, then I select the field and I hit F9 and I get an error. And as I said, the reason for this, the bookmark has been deleted. So if I select the same number one more time, the input value that changed, I go to bookmark, you noted that hourly rate has been deleted, so I'm going to recreate it one more time. I hit add, and now if I refresh my field, I select the field, and then I hit F9, and I get the updated result. At any time, you can change the field by the result of the calculation, as if you are using in Excel the paste values command. So if I double click on the field and then I hit the shortcut Ctrl-Shift F9, I would have replaced it by the result. It's not a field, it doesn't update anymore, it's a hard-coded number. In many cases, the situation might be more complex. So if I would like to calculate the monthly payment for a loan, based upon the numbers we see in this small table, I have a loan amount of $58,000 and I have an annual interest rate of 3% and a term of 5 years. That's beyond what Word can do. In this case, we'll seek the help of Microsoft Excel. So I'm going to select this table and then I cut it, Control X to cut it, and I want the help of Excel. So on the Insert tab of the ribbon, I click on the down arrow for table, and look what happens to the ribbon when I select Excel spreadsheet. I'm still in Microsoft Word and I can see the Word icon here at the top, but Word is seeking the full power of Microsoft Excel. The ribbon tabs switch to Microsoft Excel. Home, Insert, Page Layout, Formulas, Data, Review, View, Developer, even Power Pivot. Now I have the full power of Microsoft Excel with cell A1 selected. I'm going to paste what I copied, Control V. And then I'm going to expand the column. I select column A. I'm working in Excel, so I can expand the column. I can reduce the row height if I wish. And I can work using the regular functionality of Excel. I select the loan amount. I want to format it, let's say, as currency formatting. I use the shortcut Ctrl-Shift-4 that I always use in Excel. I want to format the annual interest rate as percentage. I use the shortcut Ctrl-Shift-5. And everything works exactly like in Excel because we are actually inside Excel. I can also start creating my payment function, which requires preparation. I want to convert the annual interest rate to monthly interest rate. So I type an equal sign. I select the cell above and I want to divide it by 12 to convert annual to monthly. And then here at the term in years, 5 years, I want to convert it to month. Then I type an equal sign. I refer to the cell above and I multiply it by 12. Now I'm ready to create my payment function in cell B6. So I type equal minus PMT. I hit the tab key. I'm adding a negative sign because the PMT function is returning a payment, which is a negative value, money going out of my pocket. That's why I want to reverse it to positive by adding this minus sign. The PMT function asks for a rate, and the rate is the monthly rate in cell B3. I type a comma. It asks for a number of payments, number of periods, the cell above, cell B5. I type a comma. And the last argument is PV. What's the loan amount? What's the present value? Whatever I have in cell B1. I close the bracket, and when I hit enter, I get the monthly payment. This is the full power of Microsoft Excel within Microsoft Word. I don't want all these blank cells. Then I hover over the outer border and then I drag to reduce the size of my canvas. And then when I'm done, I just click outside and I get my table back with the full power of Microsoft Excel. At any time you want to edit, just double click on this Excel object. We call it an Excel object. And if you double click on the border, then you are triggering Microsoft Excel another time. I click outside, and here is my table. If you want to delete it, you just select it and then hit delete. It's an Excel object, so if you open the selection pane, either by going to the Home tab and click on the down arrow for select, and here is the selection pane. The shortcut is Alt F10. It works in all Microsoft Office applications. Here is an Excel object, and if I want to delete it, I just hit the delete key and I'm done. Let's undo. Let's close the selection pane. I showed you in this tutorial 3 ways of performing calculations in Microsoft Word. Whether by using the formula functionality in a table structure or by performing calculations within a paragraph text or by seeking the full power of Excel within Microsoft Word. So if you enjoyed this training video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already done that, and ring the bell to be notified when new tutorials are released. The best is yet to come. Thanks for watching and see you next time.